Welcome back to the Results Roundtable. I'm going to have an opportunity to share with you the 3 laws in leadership. This month has all been about teaching and reminding, engaging you through leadership of the soul, the greatest of all levels of leadership. The 37 befores. What are the things you have to do before you grow into the leader you were meant and called to be? This program, we're going to talk about the 3 laws of leadership. So get your results journal out. Write down the 3 laws of leadership. Law number 1 is, are you ready? When put in charge, take charge. When put in charge, take charge. The most dangerous situation that I see today is when people are in a leadership position or not taking charge of it. They're filling that space that is needed to be filled with the right direction, the right goals, the right purpose, and they're not engaged. I always tell people, if you are in a leadership position and you're not willing to take charge, then be smart enough to give it up to somebody else that will. I coach soccer. Yeah. I don't coach anymore. I coached my kids when they were growing up. I have 1 girl and 2 boys. Today I'm blessed. I have 3 grandchildren. I have 2 boys and 1 girl. I give them Red Bull, send them home. My daughter says they won't sleep. I said, neither did you. When I was coaching my kids, over time, I realized that there was 2 laws that I live by. I taught my kids that, and I live by them. Law number 1 is no cussing. I'm sorry. Cussing doesn't do anything, any good, any place, anyhow. It just shows your vocabulary is highly limited. And also no negative destruction, meaning saying things to people in a way that tears them down. Okay? So I'll never forget, I was going to a tournament down in San Antonio. It's a big tournament in the state of Texas. And my 12-year-olds, and we're up by 2 in the semifinals. Seriously, us in the semifinals, up by 2? Are you kidding me? We weren't the fastest. We weren't the most talented. We definitely weren't coached that well. I didn't even know what soccer really was. We had chemistry. We had the fundamentals down. We had that part. But we're up by 2 in the semifinals, and one of my dad unloads on this highly seasoned professional referee. She's 16. Are you following with me? I'm sure you are. So now I have a choice. Just by you listening and watching this video, I hope I'll inspire you to see better choices at the moment they matter most. Leadership isn't about a job. You don't just lead when you go to work and then not lead when you go home. Leadership is a lifestyle. It's what you do in everything you do. So I had a choice. I could ignore it. And we probably would have gone on and won the tournament and taught my kids this: the laws only matter when they don't matter. We're seeing a lot of that today, are we not? Or I could actually confront it and teach my kids that the laws always matter. So I called over Leela, the official, and I said, do me a favor, tell the other coach we're going to forfeit. Should have seen the look on her face. Because why are you doing that, Coach Dodge? I said, because of what my dad just called you. She looks right at me. She broke my heart. She goes, don't worry about it, Coach Dodge. I'm used to it. Really? When are we going to get tired of getting used to what is wrong? When is that going to happen? I hope soon for you. You know what I told her? I'm going to choose not to allow this to happen to my sidelines for her. Who understood, by the way? The kids. Isn't that amazing how we drift with age? How the younger ones completely understood, make complete sense to them. Finally, very happy that somebody in charge took charge. Who didn't understand, by the way? The parents. I don't want to point out detail, but there was a few threats. Are you going to pay me back for our expenses? You're talking to my lawyer, da, 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 da. I finally decided if I didn't change something, I'm going to end up repeating it. Now you understand the power of leadership? Leadership understands that you must help people make the changes, otherwise they'll continue to repeat the mistakes. So I called my parents up. I don't know where I came up with this idea, but it was very effective. I called my parents up and I said, if you want your son to be on the next bus going to my next tournament, you'll be at practice on Tuesday night, ready to play. They thought they were playing the kids, so they got new shirts and shorts and shoes. And they showed up. I said, you're on this team, you're on that team. You're on this team, you're on that team. One of the dads says, hey, coach, what team's the kids on? I said, thanks for asking. Almost forgot. So I called the kids over and I said, hey, kids, here's what we're going to do. While your parents are playing full field, full schedule with an official, you're to get on the sidelines and act like your parents. Should have seen the look on their faces. So there's mom and dad running up and down the field, could hardly even breathe. One of my favorite dads of all time, I call him Tiny. He's a big boy. His favorite comment is, suck it up, boys, suck it up. Do you know we had 0 problems from that day on? 0. You know why? I hope you never forget the gift that I'm giving. Because it's easy to be critical from the sidelines. Boy, do we see that in this world today. Anybody can do that. When leadership is called to lead, and when they're called to lead, leadership takes charge. We don't do what's easy. We do what's right. Anybody can be critical from the sidelines. Between my heart and your heart, you're not in anybody, or you wouldn't be part of this program. Are we clear? By the way, that saved 3 marriages that I was told. How important it is to take leadership and take charge of it, and how important it is for you to understand that all of us have sidelines in our lives. There's a lot of people depending on you, not just at work, but in life. Take charge of your sidelines so others will be proud that you did. Law number 2 is it never gets better than the interview. Somebody going, what? Never gets better in the interview. Your job is to put people in a position where they succeed. Your job is not to squeeze them in a position to fill your need. It never gets better than the interview. Make the right choices that allows that person to find the right situation, that allows them to be successful. Because if they become successful, then the environment becomes stronger. And law number 3 that I want you to write in your journal, and here it is. If you can't change the people, you got that part? If you can't change the people, you got that part? Then you must, as a leader, change the people. We're all human. We agree upon that. Then being human, what is our biggest fear? We all have fears. We're all driven. So now my question to you is, what's failure's biggest fear? What is failure biggest fear? Because that drives failure. It grows failure. I would say 90% of the audiences I'm honored to share time with all yell out, success! Think about that for a moment. Failure's biggest fear is success? I don't think so. It doesn't take rocket science to figure out that ain't true. So look at language, because language will give you an answer that's obvious that came way before any of us ever existed on this earth. So, what does failure fear most? Well, let me share something with you. Misery, what? Loves. By the way, love is the most powerful word that exists in our vocabulary. My mom and dad taught me something that I'm thankful they did. I only love those things that can love me back. I don't love my barn, don't love my pond, don't love my rigs, I don't love my boat, I don't love my property, I love my family. I only love those things that can love me back. I don't water down that word. Misery loves, which is the most powerful word in our vocabulary. What? You said it, company. Oh, is that amazing? Company. Misery loves company. So guess what? If somebody's part of your team, part of your environment, that is not part of the direction in a positive way, if you don't change them, they're going to change people that are within your environment because they have to have company. So your job is not only to change them, but to protect the people that need your leadership because you chose to take charge. And I'm thankful that you have. I hope this program will touch your heart in a way that will engage the good and remind you of the 3 laws. And whenever in doubt, go back to those 3 laws and do your very best not to break them. I look forward to our next session together. Thank you very much.